Corps was officially founded in 1972. It had operated a couple of years before that as the Canton Police Boys Drum and Bugle Corps. In 1972 is sort of when we count the founding and the name Bluecoats. Like I mentioned, it had started as a project of the Canton Police Boys Club and slowly grew into what we see today, 50 years later.
I attended a drum corps show at Fawcett Stadium when I was a senior in high school, and I walked away and said, I have to do that. I had never really been exposed to the Bluecoats, and so I joined that year. I marched the summer after my senior year in high school. I immediately fell in love with the experience, and it became something that was probably the most important thing in my life to do outside of obviously going to school.
In 1981, my son Scott came home and told me he was going to join a competitive marching unit and travel the United States all summer. So my wife and I went to a practice, and we saw kids being 17, 18-year-olds, working as hard as I've ever seen young people work. And getting up early, being in the hot sun all day, and trying to perfect their performance. And so my wife and I traveled that year on the chuck wagon, which is the cooking outfit. She was a cook and I was a cleanup guy, and I drove the vehicle. In 1983, the Corps folded for financial reasons. And a number of people, including my son, approached me and said, could I help them restart the Corps? So I talked to the management at the Boys Club. We were part of the Canton Police Boys Club. And they discussed with me what the financial things were, told me that they had the money to do the project, and that all I had to do was assemble the members, put together a program, and take them on the road for 1 year. When I had the first camp, there were 12 kids showed up. I expected 150. But I have to tell you that it was the 12 most important kids, because these were 12 people who really wanted to do this. And I remembered the first meeting, I said, each one of you, if you really want this to happen, you need to recruit a member for the next camp. And lo and behold, by the end of the season, we had 115 kids.
Each summer, the drum corps itself, we have about 164 kids, 150 performers on the field. And we travel 10,000 miles and 10 commercial vehicles. We've been all over the United States. We've been to Asia even. So when you sort of compare, the humble beginnings of a few kids in the Canton Police Boys Club in the 70s to what it has become today, it's really pretty incredible.
Obviously, the Bluecoats Drum and Bugle Corps that we tour with in the summer is our flagship ensemble, but we actually work with or sponsor a variety of other groups. We have Rhythm and Blue, which is a sound sport group for our alumni that works locally in parades, and also with Drum Corps International, the Enrichment Drum Line, which is for local kids around the Canton area. We also sponsor the Cleveland Browns Drum Line that performs at all of their home games. So it's a program of the Browns, but we sponsor finding all of the performers and organizing it. We're also planning on sponsoring an alumni corps in 2022 to celebrate our 50th anniversary, so that'll be something to look for in the upcoming couple of years. And they'll certainly perform in this area at our local shows. And then a really cool thing that we started this past summer in collaboration with the Pro Football Hall of Fame was a Band of Excellence. So that was a program that we're going to continue on next year and hopefully for many years to come.
The Bluecoats benefit our local community in several ways. One is the opportunity for our local community to see some of the best drum corps in the world. By having the Bluecoats be from here, we can attract some of these amazing organizations and see these incredible performances. But the other and maybe most important thing is that we are ambassadors for Canton around the country.
So I think as we look into the future and what the next 50 years looks like, of course we look at how the drum corps can continue to be a pillar of success, how the drum corps can continue to represent Canton on the world stage, and also how the organization itself can continue to be a great member of the community and continue to find ways that we can support the community